Boa noite. Still no, boa tarde. What's going on, everybody? This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian. I just wanted to share something really quick. I'm at work right now, but I have a break between clients, and I just kind of want to say something. I just had a conversation with a couple of young men who I've been knowing for quite some time. And we talked about apologizing to people. We talked about life. We talked about we as fathers, how a lot of times we give our children what we think they want, our families what we think they want. And then when they grow up, we realize based on conversations that what they needed, we fail to give them. And that's us, our time, creating experiences with them, watching them grow in certain areas, being there to coach them in certain situations. And I've definitely been guilty of that. Like as many of you know, in our last couple of videos, I had to apologize to my ex because I realized my part in the relationship, which was many years ago, was that I was working hard. I was serving and doing other things and not necessarily having family and home as my first priority. Now, that might not be many of you guys, and I hope it's not, but if it is, then, hopefully if you saw that video, maybe you can, you gained some concepts and was able to apologize if you needed to make one. Well, I realized something. The very things that we work hard for to give people, what we don't realize is this. Those are the reasons that in the Black community, why generational wealth flees from us. Why? Because in other communities, they work hard, they make certain sacrifices, they put certain things in place, and they look more futuristic in the providing for their families. Not that they don't work hard, not that they don't ever have issues with, creating experiences, family times, or whatever, but by and large, they take vacations. They do a lot of family events that sometimes we call corny and lame. And they put stuff in place so that when the child grows, that child won't be able to start, that child won't have to start from scratch. And for us, we give our children what they need, what we think they want and need now. The little shiny things that make you say, ooh, or make their friends say, oh, you got to do this or you got to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that stuff in proper priority. But what we as a community, by and large, not all, but many, we try to satisfy the moment and neglect. And as a result, as a byproduct of satisfying the moment so much, we literally siphon things need to elevate them in the future. And it never dawns on us, they have that term, keeping up with the Joneses, right? And it never dawns on us, we look at the person that is in a nice home and driving the Mercedes, the Jag, whatever, the Range Rover, and there's nothing wrong with any of those things. And we only see the highlight reels. We only see what they want us to see. We only see them outside of the dwelling because we don't know. They might hate each other in the house. They may not even want to go home. There's a saying, anytime you have to go up to your house and sit outside for 10 or 15 minutes and mentally prepare to go in, there's a problem. And I think that we as a people, we have to be very cognizant that we should be more focused on the family. We should be more focused on the future, because to focus on the future is to focus on the family. And I think a lot of times we'll realize that giving a kid or your children a vacation, or going to the Little League football games, or going out to eat, at little certain things, going for walks in the park, bike rides, as corny, as lame as that may sound to some people, when they get older, it creates more of a stable, an emotionally stable, a more confident human being, because they realize, and it lessens that whole mentality of right now. What they call it, it'll come to me, but it lessens that desire for them, entitlement. It lessens them to feel they don't feel so entitled. They don't feel like, oh, I have to have the new this, I have to have the new that. But the more you feed that, the more you strengthen that mindset of entitlement and having to have now, and the less they'll focus in on their future. I think that you should teach your children about the future when they're of age to learn. I think you should teach them about a generational wealth and let them know what it is that you're doing and what they should do. Because I feel like this: if you have the cognitive ability of recall to learn what the rappers are doing and repeat their songs verbatim, then you very well can understand, even at a child's level, the importance of saving, the importance of spending in moderation, the importance of family time and creating memories, and the importance of creating something aside for your generations. I don't believe that you should just hoard everything and never spend anything. I don't believe that. I think that that's wrong. But I also don't believe that you should spend everything and just say, well, we're not promised tomorrow, which nobody, we're not promised tomorrow. So we're going to spend everything now, and tomorrow it is what it is. I don't think that that's smart. I think that there should be a balance. And, they say experience is the best teacher. There's a lot of powerful tools that you can learn from experience. But I'll go one step farther, and I'll say this. Experience is the best teacher for some, but information based on past experience of others is the best information for the majority of the people. Why? Because some of those experiences hurt. Some people can't come back from that. But if I can tell you something, if I can give you certain tools to put in your arsenal or your toolbox, then when you experience, let's just say keys, if I can give you certain keys, then when you go to certain locks, you can unlock them. Why? Because I've already given you the key. And that key is information based on the experiences that I have, which, we all go through similar stuff. And some of the keys that open my door might open yours. Some of the keys that open your door might open mine. But I don't think it should be a situation where, I'm going to just go through this, forget about how much it might hurt. Forget about how, much collateral damage it'll cause. Experience, I just learn from experience. You shouldn't have to do that. A wise person sees an issue and then they go into the opposite direction. They don't have to walk straight into it just so they can say, I learned. Many of us have done that, but I guarantee you, hindsight, if we could have learned from somebody just saying, look, I don't think you should do that. If we knew the importance of listening, we wouldn't have had to make the mistakes that we made. Well, anyway, I just wanted to share those things. It was kind of on my heart. Maybe it's a ramble to somebody, I don't know, but it was something that I thought that needed to be repeated. And my experiences could be the key to you that open. My experiences in an information form might be the key to you that opens the door that you might be faced with, and vice versa. Anyway, até a breve. This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian, saying no do o jogador, o do o jogo. É verdade.